Donald Trump went on the irrelevant Hugh Hewitt radio show. He's a conservative talker, but he randomly decided to ask real questions to Trump. So this is fun. You can guess how it ended up.
Are you familiar with General Soleimani?
Yes. Go ahead. Give me a little. Go ahead. Tell me.
He runs the Quds forces.
Yes. Okay. Right.
Do you expect
and I think the Kurds, by the way, have been horribly mistreated by us.
No, not the Kurds. The Quds forces, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Quds forces, the bad guys.
Right.
Do you expect his behavior to change as a result?
Kurds.
No. Kurds.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Kurds. Because I think the Kurds have been very poorly treated by us. Go ahead.
Agreed. So Soleimani runs the Quds forces. Do you expect his behavior is going to change as a result of this deal with Iran?
I think that Iran right now is in the driver's seat to do whatever they want to do.
Let me expand it, because I know it's not gotcha. I'm trying not to do that, but I wanted to see if
gotcha. You're asking me names that I think it's somewhat ridiculous, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Last question, I want to go back to the beginning, because I really do disagree with you on the gotcha question thing, Donald Trump. At the debate, I may bring up Nasrallah being with Hezbollah and al-Julani being with al-Nusra and al-Masri being with Hamas. Do you think if I ask people to talk about those three things and the differeces, that's a gotcha question?
Yes, I do. I totally do. I think
that's interesting. I just disagree with it. I kind of figured that.
I think it's ridiculous. I'm a delegator. I find great people. I find absolutely great people, and I'll find them in our armed services, and I find absolutely great people. And now, in the bigger picture, like the fact that the Kurds are being treated so poorly, and would really is the one group that really would be out there fighting for us, I think, and fighting for themselves, maybe more importantly to them. I understand that. But when you start throwing around names of people and where they live and, give me their address, I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's...
Well, I wouldn't do that. That's crazy. I agree.
Well,
but it's an interview, not a debate.
By the way, the names you just mentioned, they probably won't even be there in 6 months or a year.
I don't know. Nasrallah's got such staying power. And so I think
let's see what happens. And you know what? In that case... First day in office or before then, right at the day after the election, I'll know more about it than you will ever know. That I can tell you.
I hope so. Last question. So the difference between Hezbollah and Hamas does not matter to you yet, but it will.
It will when it's appropriate. I will know more about it than you know, and believe me, it won't take me long.
A toddler is leading the Republican field. A fucking toddler. Yeah, do you know who he is? Yes. No, you don't. Obviously, you don't. The way he says, like, yes. I will know more about it than you will ever know, ever, if you live like 12 lifetimes or something like that. So there. Oh, Donald, you're so sad. All right, now let me blow your mind a little bit here, because this is actually somewhat nuanced. So on the broader issue, so when you get into the specific names, is it a gotcha question? Kind of, it actually is a little bit. When you get to the specific names of the specific leaders, okay, who's the leader of Hezbollah, who's the leader of the Quds Force, who's the leader of Hamas, definitely when you get to who's the leader of al-Nusra Front, al-Nusra is the al-qaeda branch fighting in Syria. Nobody knows that fucking guy's name. President Obama probably just barely learned that guy's name recently. So that actually is kind of a gotcha question. The one name you should know, specific name, is al-Baghdadi, of course, the leader of ISIS. But here's where Donald Trump faceplants. It's when he brings up at the end there, he's like, okay, so right now you don't know the difference between Hamas and Hezbollah, but, you're going to learn when you get in office. He says something, to that effect. And Donald Trump goes, yeah, I'll know it when it's appropriate. Okay, see there, you went from, I was somewhat defending him on the specific names of the specific leaders of the groups, but once you get into, I don't know the difference between Hamas and Hezbollah, well now, no way. You shouldn't be anywhere near the office of the president. You shouldn't be running for senator or anything. If you don't know the difference between Hamas and Hezbollah, you have no business whatsoever to be where you are right now. And the sad thing is, I don't think he knows the difference between Hamas and Hezbollah. I don't think maybe the only two on the Republican side that do are Jeb Bush and John Kasich. and I'm pulling that out of my ass. I have no facts to back that up, but just off pure, looking at them, seeing how with it they are, I don't think fucking Chris Christie knows. I don't think Marco Rubio knows. Marco Rubio is as empty a suit as there is. And actually, maybe Carly Fiorina knows the difference. And actually, maybe Huckabee, because he loves Israel so much and he's up their ass so much that he's probably heard from people there when he's in the region about Hamas and Hezbollah. But outside of those guys, you think Rick fucking Perry knows about him? Not an iceberg's chance in hell. Not an iceberg's chance in hell. And understand that this is a big difference between the parties, in my opinion. Now, again, if you ask on the Democratic side, I think it's true that a lot of them they don't know the leader of al-Nusra Front. I don't think they know that. But can they tell you the difference between ISIS, al-Qaeda, Hezbollah, Hamas, al-Nusra, the Quds Force? Absolutely. At any of the Democrats. Hillary Clinton, Martin O'Malley, Bernie Sanders, these guys could give you details of all the different groups, and they could probably tell you who's fighting who and why and who's Sunni and who's Shia, whereas on the Republican side, and definitely with a guy like Donald Trump, dude, they don't even know that, and they've proven this time and time again, different Republicans, leading Republicans, whether they're senators or whatever, they don't even know that Iran is Shia, ISIS is fundamentalist Sunni, they're Salafist, and ISIS is fighting Iran and Iran is fighting ISIS. They don't know that. They don't know that. In fact, many Republicans have indicated that they think Iran is working with ISIS or working with al-Qaeda. Again, al-Qaeda is Sunni, Iran is Shia. They don't know that. If you don't know that, www.stepasidebitch.com. You're done.